stupid with the whole aliens thing. I always knew. I've always been a believer that aliens are real. But the fact that they were like, oh guys, aliens are real, and then no one batted an eye. Like, I was expecting people to build bunkers and shit.
Well, he referenced the Congressional hearing. They didn't exactly explicitly say that aliens were real, just
Didn't
that
they
they
just
were
say it was a
UFOs.
non-human biomass
I don't remember.
or something like that? I don't know. I wasn't really like, I didn't pay much attention to it. Honestly,
They found
not paying attention to anything, so.
biological stuff for non-human DNA stuff. I think that's what they said, but they didn't actually say like aliens.
Where
the
did
word
they
aliens.
find it? Was it like on the moon or something?
No, I'm pretty sure the government confirmed it.
No,
like,
bro.
they actually went up. It spoke. It's aliens are real.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Med Podcast. I'm your gracious host, me by myself.
Wait. Can we wait 5 minutes?
For what?
Five.
The estimated delivery, if we haven't started yet, we may as well wait 5 more minutes.
We did start the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we might as well just wait 5 minutes. Let's do a quick shout out to Papa John's
Sure.
real quick. David, do a
No,
quick
we're not
shout out to
sponsored.
Papa John.
No,
we're not
sponsored.
sponsored, but they just released their new
I don't give
epic
a fuck what they did.
garlic crust, whatever the fuck it's called.
Papa John's
Stuffed crust. Papa John's straight at.
Papa John's just has really
Well,
tiny
hope he has.
pieces for way too much
I still
money.
remember when we were over at David's house and we
That's
ordered like
cute.
2 boxes of Papa John's. Shit cost you almost goddamn like $50. It was crazy.
Okay, calm down. No, it didn't cost me $50. Just that, like, that one box of pizza we bought was disgusting.
I mean,
It
hey,
was super tiny too for like
Yeah.
a lot of people. I don't know how, like at the museum we used Papa John's for forever and we would order like 2 pizzas for a whole party, like 20 kids, and it was like more than enough. They were always giving us pizza. I genuinely don't understand like how that worked. We must have had better Papa John's down there.
oh, and yes, these are the other 2 hosts of the Met Podcast. We have David, otherwise known as Optinks, and Macy, otherwise known as Oozilla. I'm very enthusiastic about this. But this time around, we do have our own 3 topics. Just as mentioned in our last episode, we are going to keep this structured to some degree. We don't really have an order of whose topic we're going to start first, but we do have a timer, which is going to be for 30 minutes. I just want to remind everybody, we'll allocate at least 30 minutes. I want to say for the initial conversation, if we go over that, that's fine. But we want to keep the episode maybe under an hour or at an hour, mainly because I have to go back and manually edit everything. I know David couldn't give a shit because this man doesn't edit his videos, but come on now. Got his ass. Oh, by the way, all these videos and pictures you're posting, did you want me to include that?
I mean, the TikTok, yeah. I'll do it.
Okay, well, when we talk about it, I'll include it. How many more minutes do we have now?
1.
I'm gonna
Bro, this guy is like right outside our door. Might as well just invite his ass, be a guest.
He probably can't find our apartment.
That's tough. Let's just put it on blast for everybody out there. Our apartment number, actually, what's David's address? Let's put his address instead.
excuse me.
There you go. He got a cheese pizza from fucking, what is it, Domino's? Shout out to Domino's.
No,
Poppy's
I didn't.
Pizza.
And either way, like, stop bro, we're not sponsored.
Well, let's give a quick
Probably
shout out
people
to
think-
Domino's. Give a quick shout out to Pizza Hut. Nobody out pizzas the Hut. Come on now. Anybody else you want to shout out, David, while we're waiting for our pizza?
No, bruh.
Damn, bro.
Don't
You don't want to shout out to Pringle? Shout out to Pringle, my boy.
No, fuck that dude.
All right, well,
That as hell.
damn, bro, we get his ass on the podcast. He's online.
I'm already looking forward to the intermission because I'm starving, bro. I've had like almost nothing to eat today.
Me's already been eating pizza. Yes,
Hey, bro. Yeah, I mean, we could just grab a slice ourselves and just smack our lips like David on this podcast.
Get me while I'm talking.
I mean, I just have
Take
to
a bite.
press my little button, so I can just not press my button.
See? Boom.
Just don't engage in the conversation. Okay, so we each have our own topic. Who wants to go first so I can start this timer?
Hey guys, welcome to the Med Podcast.
No, we already said that. We already said that.
But
We
you know,
already
there was
said
an
that.
intermission.
No,
so
we didn't have
just-
no damn intermission. We
Nobody
already
got
said
some
that.
pizza.
Somebody got some pizza. Literally. All right. Well, because everyone wants to, since aliens is going to be the fucking thumbnail of this video, go ahead, David.
Oh, that's all right, cool.
Shit. All right, I'm going to start the timer. Boy, if you don't fucking start talking.
You didn't say go. You said I'm gonna start the timer.
I didn't start the timer, though, did I? I got to hear.
See?
Because I'm waiting for you. I got to hear your fucking big old lips start smacking before I hit this timer.
Okay, so aliens, real or not? That is the question. That is the topic we are speaking about today, for my side at least. So, Edward, Macy, thoughts?
Well, I mean, you're not gonna bring. Okay, David has a video. He did send it. I'm gonna post it up on the actual.
I haven't referenced them yet. Calm down.
God damn. Okay, thoughts. Aliens, are they real? Bitch, of course they're fucking real. I mean, look at you. Big ass head, small ass fucking neck, bro.
Big ass head, your head bigger than mine.
Green as a bitch. Boy, please. Yeah,
Dude, up the afro too.
Of course fucking aliens are real. Come on now.
People that don't think aliens are real are like, you have to be egotistical as fuck to believe we're the only people in the universe.
Why
even if we're not the only people, there might be other organisms that might have, different evolution than us, but they're still organisms. They're still aliens, even if they're not similar to us, if they aren't as higher order thinking as shit like us. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
But evolution happens everywhere, so I'm sure out there somewhere in the billions of galaxies in our universe that's ever expanding, there's got to at least be one other, and probably many, many other. It just depends. They're probably so far away from us that we're never going to interact with them.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can't remember where, but it was a very good side by side. This person believed that the reason why aliens aren't speaking to us is because we're not ready yet. We're not intelligent enough yet, whatever. Because if you think about it, we don't talk to ants. We don't look at them and we're just oh, hey, Jim, how's your day
going? For yourself, buddy.
So, cringe. Anyway, we are probably not in a intellectual or, I guess, mechanical point where we can interact with them. It's
okay, but take into consideration, I mean, what is the next step up? Because I mean, even ants use tools, right? So how do we genuinely distinguish? We use tools, but what distinguishes them so significantly that it's considered a completely different thing? For our technology versus ants, or for aliens technology versus ours, what's the stepping scale that makes it such a different situation? I guess
they could have found the anti-life equation for all I know.
This guy, you're literally asking a scientific question to an idiot who just searched up aliens and got evidence from one of his favorite creators. Now, speaking of aliens, I do want to bring examples up because there were a lot of at least buzz after the whole thing with the congressional hearing. There was something, and I'm sure you saw it.
On that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I don't know what's going on with the alien stuff.
Well, maybe if I could actually talk. just hold on. Okay, so the congressional hearing, pretty much what happened, and this is completely from memory. I'm not saying anything verbatim from any article, but it was pretty much there were 3 people under oath. One of them I think was the director of a space flight, one other the US space flight program, one of them that, and there were 2, I honestly don't fucking remember, but the main guy that they had on trial, who was I think in front of Congress or somebody, he pretty much said, and there was somebody strictly asking questions about if he ever encountered anything that was non-human, any biological DNA he ever encountered in any one of the space flights that was non-human, and he kept saying he would discuss that at a different time, and I think she asked him blatantly, does he believe in aliens, or have we ever encountered aliens? And he just kept saying we will discuss about this in private, but the findings that he did find, they were non-human DNA, which kind of, I want to say people went wild, but nobody really gave a shit because the way the world is now is completely different. But I think it was after or before that whole thing about the lady in the plane that she got freaked out and started saying you're not real.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone
where
can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks.
Because she started saying that person, that motherfucker back there is not.
That motherfucker.
No, yeah,
that motherfucker
there's
back there is
I was
not real.
watching, I think it was a Joe Rogan's podcast, where apparently she's missing. Her whole family's missing too. And the whole theory about it is that some sort of like aliens like being or shape-shifting or some shit. That person's not real, like that person changed or whatever shit. That's what I heard from the podcast.
I'm gonna post this in our chat so Macy can see it, but I'm glad that you know exactly what I'm talking about, at least to some degree. It was literally just a woman claims that a passenger was not real on a flight. I don't remember what flight that was, but it delayed the flight. And I remember people were making memes about it on fucking TikTok because, you know, things like that, you know, usually appear on shit like Final Destination whenever somebody has like an outbreak on a plane. The last thing you're thinking about is like, I don't know if it's real or not, but we've seen enough horror movies and movies in general where situations where somebody freaks out, there's always something bad that happens afterward. And then there was something else. There was another encounter. I don't remember if you heard about this one, David. There was a encounter in Las Vegas. I know that there was like huge news on this, at least on TikTok, about a UFO crash, quote unquote, and an alleged alien. Like people were breaking down the footage of what was behind this like fence and then who this person was talking to. Like there were a lot of shadows moving around that were like almost taller than each one of them. Like that shit is terrifying. Like to even think about aliens, you know, however tall they are or whatever technology they may have, the idea of something not of this world, you know, that can come from God knows where, like that's a terrifying theory to even think about.
Oh yeah, like remember that? I don't know if it was with you, but remember there was a movie that came out a while ago, and I told you guys we should watch it, The Fourth Kind.
It was the owl movie.
Yes, the one where like the aliens.
Oh yeah.
Like it wasn't, the movie itself wasn't scary, but it was the thought it planted in your mind that gave a very terrifying outlook. Like what if it is real? Like what are you gonna do? Well, like what will you do if something is outside your window and it just breaks in and it is stronger than you, faster than you? You can't do anything about it.
Did you ever? I'm pretty sure we watched that movie. Like you came over one time and we actually watched it, and we actually said, like,
watched it on Discord.
This shit was boring as fuck.
We did. Yeah, it was. Everybody was saying it's like the scariest horror movie of. It was the most boring fucking. It was worse than the first Conjuring.
I enjoyed it. Wait, the first Conjuring was good. What are you talking about?
No, the first Conjuring is a great movie, but it was like the most not scary movie of all time.
What?
Dude, I remember watching that when it came out, and I was like 11, and it was a snooze fest.
Okay, calm down, because
Literally,
it didn't come out.
no, she's just fronting for the cameras, dude. Don't even worry about it.
No,
I don't remember what exact year it was, but it was right after my mom's
2013.
surgery because she was bedridden, and we were at our neighbor's house, and I remember renting it on Redbox because I was super excited, and I thought it sucked. Like I did not like it at all.
Forgot Joey King was in the movie. I personally, like, every time that it's this one specific scene where they're in the bedroom and the two girls are scared, and then they look on the dresser, and then Bathsheba's staring at them and then jumps at them. That shit always gets me.
I mean, I don't watch the first Conjuring enough to. I know what scene you're talking about, but I haven't seen it enough to say like, oh, that scene definitely scares me each time I watch it. I think I actually, or me and Macy, I want to say, were actually introduced.
Yeah,
Macy, you know, obviously was younger when she watched the first Conjuring, but we were introduced, or I was introduced to the Conjuring 2. It was just a random like theater showing that they had at this random time to bring it back. I guess I don't really know why, but we decided fuck it that we'll go watch it anyways in theaters. And I'm not gonna say, like, the introduction to the Conjuring series was actually pretty fucking crazy for me. Like that shit, from that moment on, I thought this movie was one of the best like horror movies ever made. And I'm happy, you know, I started with the second one because there's a lot of debate between if the first one is better than the second or if the second one's better than the first.
Oh, the second's better.
It was a god tier movie, one of the best movies of all time in my opinion. The first one, I can watch it now and appreciate it because it is a great movie, but like without the lore when I was a kid, and yeah, I was a lot more jaded, but like it just was cringy when I first watched it.
That is the question, whether 'tis is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by
There you go.
opposing end them.
I'm about to get copyrighted. Now, before we get off the topic of aliens, I just want to bring up the theory that I saw. At least 5 theories that were proposed, and this was obviously from a TikTok. I'm pretty sure the audience knows exactly where we're all getting this information. Now we're just keep saying TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. But pretty much there was an image that I saw, and I'll probably put it up on the screen. I'll send it in Discord just so you both have it. Give me 1 second. So it was these 5 different theories. And if you look at it, the rare earth theory, we're the only intelligent life in the universe. The great filler theory, which is other intelligent aliens died in a mass extinction event. The great silence theory, yeah, other aliens are too intelligent and we're simply not worth their time. And then, obviously the last 3, the early bird, the different kind of life, and then in a faraway galaxy. I think out of all 5 of them, I want to say that the most likely ones, well, we all know that well, yeah, but the universe is ever expanding. So the things that are always, things are always moving further and further away from us, no matter what we say or what we do or where we look. There's always universe is because it's expanding. It's going further and further away from us. So, whether aliens are too far away from us or they have the technology and, we're not really worth the trouble, I can't really say, but I think to some degree, if aliens, let's just say, like a Hollywood movie, if aliens were ever to invade the planet, I don't think we have the facilities or the weapons to actually defend against that. Like, we're just fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely subscribe. I'm a faraway galaxy kind of gal for like intelligent life, I guess, but I feel like it's completely like there must be stuff in like semi nearby galaxies that's like, plant life or fungi or, bacteria, archaea even. Well, archaea more likely than everything else, like semi like familiar kind of stuff, or even, similar like the non-carbon based. They could have completely different cellular structure because everything just happened by chance, symbiotic theory and all that stuff. Like it may have not happened for them or it may have happened differently and it just worked out. So it's really difficult to determine like if we have found life, because life could not even have DNA in other places.
Yeah, I think it's barbaric to believe the first or the the first we're the only intelligent life in the universe. That's rudimentary and barbaric. There's no world that we'd be the only intelligent life. If it happened here, it should have happened somewhere else.
Facts.
Well, we don't really know. Who knows if we'll ever actually find out? I mean, the only people that could find out are keeping it all under wraps, and I'm pretty sure you saw like the whole Area 51 raid, that whole event that people were trying to do. I mean,
that joke, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like there were a bunch of security that day that planned as soon as it was planned out and given like a date. There was a bunch of security who showed up, and I mean, most of the people that you saw showing up to that actual event was like a bunch of fucking anime nerds and shit like that. Like, it's funny sometimes to think about them going up against like people in full like armor and guns and
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's just a bunch of random, I don't want to say kids, but like premature adults, young adults, probably, older teenagers, but that was so fucking stupid.
But they have the power of God and anime on their side.
Oh, well, they can pray to God when they fucking die. Go up to heaven. How about that? I mean, shit. It's not something, let's just say, like, I mean, obviously we saw Mr. Beast go out there himself. He made a video about it. He didn't actually go into Area 51, but it was like around the desert that Area 51 is in. I think it's actually in, Nevada? Right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
But that's all I wanted to say on aliens. With regard to if they exist or not, I think they do. I think there is other intelligent life out there. I mean, it's impossible to think about how the universe is always expanding. It's always creating. There's always stuff being destroyed. There's like virtually no way that there isn't intelligent life out there. But if we'll ever actually come across them, who knows? I mean, they could be light years away and we just don't have the technology at this time.
Sure.
It's also crazy to think, like, with the ever expanding universe shit, like how like young our galaxy and our everything is. Like, I know we weren't the first, we're not the originating like solar system or whatever. So I don't know. It's like I try to think of it on a time scale of like, oh, well, it's taken us this long to just advance this far. So obviously, like other universes and stuff probably haven't advanced much further. But realistically, like our galaxy could be like a teeny tiny baby, and other like life could be around for like billions or trillions of years or something, But the likelihood of that is, I mean, I guess relating to the great filter theory, like I'm sure mass extinction like is common for higher stuff. Although, we have like our Mars plans and shit, so we never know. I don't know. Yeah. Just kind of food for thought.
As Pringle would say, I'm loyal to Viltrum. That's probably what happened. They probably had a war on their planet and destroyed it.
I don't know what that means.
It's an Invincible reference.
Oh, okay.
Sure, we'll watch the new Adam Eve special that they released for Invincible 4 seasons 2. Shout out to Amazon Prime, by the way.
Why do you use
earlier? Like, you should watch The Boys.
Let's give a quick shout out to Christina Applegate, by the way.
Love Christina Applegate, bro.
She supported the channel way back when it was Eric Andre. You don't remember making that reference like 100 times.
Alright, so how long do we have on the alien side?
We have 13 minutes. Did you have anything else you wanted to say on it? Because I'm pretty much done with what I want to say.
I'm done too.
Did you not want to reference the TikTok that you sent all of this?
Oh yeah, I mean we just got.
Oh yeah, the fucking TikTok.
I guess like the last thing I'll say. There's this one person I watch on TikTok a lot, Jeff Jackson. He's a senator for the United States, and he always keeps us up to date for most things. Like, for example, the debt ceiling that we had, this aliens thing that is happening right now. And he has a lot to say on the matter.
Hey Jeff, what's up with the aliens? There were 3 witnesses. 2 of them were former Navy fighter pilots who claimed to have seen UAPs. One of them took this video.
Stop speaking.
The third witness was Mr. Grush. He's a former military intel officer and was part of a UAP task force at the Pentagon. His big claim is that our government has retrieved UAPs and has a whole program dedicated to reverse engineering the technology.
You need to send me the link then if you didn't already. But all right, if no one has anything else to say, then I'll reset our timer. That was pretty much the alien topic. Our next topic, Macy, did you want to go next or did you want me to?
I can go next. Just let me know, like, I mean, I can introduce it and stuff. So the topic I brought in was something that, as we have all said, I saw on TikTok, but I researched it after I saw a few TikToks about it. And that's Dunkin's new, what is it called? Like hard drinks. I forgot the word for it. I'm so sorry. But they've released a line of alcoholic coffee and tea, like cans that they would be releasing at like they would just be like for sale. I think the coffees are 6% alcohol per volume and the teas are 5%. And I don't know, I wanted to see like what everybody thought about it, and then I have some comments about like my curiousness, I guess, of how we've dealt with similar beverages in the past and why it's okay now. But like general thoughts on Dunkin hard or whatever. I'm sorry, I really don't remember what it's called.
You're talking about Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I used to, and I'm pretty sure everybody already knows except the viewer, but I used to work at Dunkin'. Yeah, I'm British. I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts back in my youth. God, I'm so fucking old now. But I mean, the idea of mixing fucking like alcohol and coffee, I don't think that was ever such a thing back then, which was just like a couple of years ago when I worked there.
It's called Dunkin' Spiked. Just for those who are curious, sorry.
Can you send that picture in the Discord so I can include it? But Dunkin' Spiked, it sounds like someone's spiking your fucking drink at like a party. And that's supposed to be what, 6%? And that's for every cup?
It's a can.
Oh.
So you have like, it's like a beer can basically. It's 6% for the coffee beverages and 5% for the tea. There's 8 different varieties. There's an original, caramel, mocha, and vanilla coffee, and then I think there's like the dragon fruit tea, like sweet or half sweet or whatever. I don't know. I'll send the pictures as soon as I can get some decent ones. But they're actually, I think the reason that I specifically wanted to talk about it, that I think it's fucking weird, is for one, like the media is taking this so casually. Like all of the articles I can find on it are like, oh, you don't have to spike your own coffee in the morning anymore. Ha ha ha. Which is like fucks to me. And I mean, maybe that's because I have a like particular view about alcohol. I'm not a big fan of like that kind of stuff. You know, I take it very, very like, alcohol is not something that should be taken so casually, but that's my opinion. The other thing, aside from like the media take on it, is I was reading up on Four Loko, which was banned in the US in 2010 because of the really adverse effects of caffeine and alcohol in a beverage together. Because alcohol obviously is a depressant and caffeine is the opposite. So you don't feel the effects of the alcohol. You drink a lot more, and a lot of people were getting alcohol poisoning and like behaving erratically because they were drunk and they couldn't feel it. So they were still like feeling comfortable to operate their vehicle and stuff like that. And as far as I can tell, the USDA has not, or the FDA has not lifted that like ban on caffeine and alcohol combined beverages. So I'm just kind of curious as to like why this is okay. And I can't find anything on the internet about it. So, you know, that's my like points, if we want to chat, I guess.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not like an avid alcoholic. I know David is, but the whole idea, you know, the whole point of fucking Dunkin' Donuts, which really is just like coffee with donuts, or if you know you want like a bagel in the morning, it's like a breakfast place, I'd assume. Like you're going to Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee to wake up, or to get a breakfast item, you know. So yeah, you can wake up, or a donut to spike your sugar in the fucking afternoon, but to get like alcohol, which, you know, I'm not going to say that you can't mix flavors like certain stuff like caramel and stuff like that with alcohol, but it's weird to think that a business like Dunkin' is going to be doing it. You want to assume that it's going to taste good, but I feel like it's going to taste absolutely fucking terrible.
Oh no, I agree. I don't understand like if that's a thing that people combine alcohol and coffee. That sounds disgusting to me.
It's called Irish coffee, and it's at least to me, it's a stupid idea, because alcoholic is a depressant. Coffee becomes a depressant because after you get a shot of the caffeine, it wakes you up, but then it starts hitting you hard and you start going down. Whatever that shit's called, the chemicals inside of your brain, that like kind of give you pleasure and happiness. What's that called, Macy?
Dopamine?
Endorphins? Oh, dopamine.
Yeah, probably dopamine. Maybe like, I don't know if serotonin's involved. I don't know much about alcohol.
Yeah. So they both lower that. So you're basically getting 2 doses of just lower dopamine or whatever, or serotonin in the morning. So like, why would you? It's stupid.
I want to clarify. It's not like being sold at Dunkin'. It's like something you could buy like probably at Publix or like at a gas station.
Yeah, it's like a chain thing. Yeah, it's kind of like how Mountain Dew is selling alcoholic soda now.
Wow,
I didn't know that was something either.
Oh well, yeah. A bunch of soda brands like Coke as well are making alcoholic sodas.
David, that fucking, you just sent me a meme on Instagram about this shit. I need to post that in the fucking chat so I can put that in this video. But I'm sure for the audience, for people who don't know, David just sent me this fucking meme as I said he was an avid alcoholic, and he said you can't just beat women into submission, but yet alcoholics would disagree with you.
Then
Jesus Christ.
I'm not an alcoholic. I drink like there's a new rum that I found from my friend Colonel. He drinks this Spanish rum called Dos Maderas, which is really good, very fucking strong. And I haven't had alcohol in a while. I've had like beer, but I haven't had like actual alcohol in a while because
Beer is still alcohol?
it's a fucking, I forgot what it's called.
There you go. Let's give a quick shout out to Dos, whatever the fuck you just said.
Shut up.
Let's give a quick shout out to being alcoholic and therefore having no memory.
What's up with this shout out shit, bro? Fuck that shit. Anyway.
Yeah, what is this child shit? He's a fucking savvy alcoholic and he's doing it amazing. Fuck you.
It's because I got alcohol poisoning from drinking the Kraken.
Good one,
So I had to stop
fucking
drinking
moron.
for like a good couple months because I threw up blood one night after drinking too much.
At least you can recognize that you need to stop. You know, that's the
No,
first
yeah, of
step
course.
towards progress, buddy. Good
That's
job.
I mean, there's not that's because like I know like,
It's
with the
that's the
casino.
first
I
step
only
in
go
AA.
with $100 because I know that like if I spend this much, I'm done. Like I'm not getting more. I'm leaving even if it's only been 20 minutes.
So wait, you're telling me you're not doubling your fucking money if you lose?
Absolutely fucking not. I'm not a gambler.
You have
I could
to.
be one
If you
strike
lose
from gold. I don't give a fuck.
And then you put 200, and then you win. You gain it all.
And then you
back.
put 1,000, and then you put your house
Exactly.
mortgage.
There you go.
I mean, didn't you just say that you want to get back into stocks? It's kind of the
Yeah,
same
stocks,
money.
not the casino. At least stocks has
There you
like
go.
a payout. Casino, they fuck you. House always wins,
Well,
especially if you play for too long.
I mean, but think about it like this: if you bet your fucking mortgage and you win, you're getting 2 mortgages. How'd you
Yeah,
like
but
that
if you lose, you cry and kill yourself.
then you just bet something else. Your life. Bet your life on it.
You might as well if you're putting your mortgage on there.
You literally can't end a loss. Never.
Literally.
There was actually.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, alcohol. Like your coffee.
You were talking about alcohol and why Dunkin is decided to do it. I mean, I always thought, you know, the Dunkin brand. I know Starbucks is like, it's catered towards specific people. I think Dunkin just happens to be like the old coffee or the brand for old people. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know more younger people are actually going to Starbucks, I think, than Dunkin. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just pulling this statistic out of my fucking ass.
I mean, a lot of people are switching to 7 Brew.
Are you gonna shout out?
Is it because you are, or is it because you're just like,
Shout out to my job that pays me. Thank you, 7 Brew. A lot of people should start going there and tipping me specifically. Thank you.
didn't you just say last video you didn't want people to follow you? What if they show up at work?
Literally, like
Dude,
you're-
there's 7 Brews everywhere. They don't know where I live.
And what if they
Doxing
just
yourself,
what if they
bro.
stalk you? Hello? People are getting DDoS for talking about Max. Fuck whatever it is.
about master, yeah. Well, that's all I had to say about that topic. I don't know about you, David, but the fact that they're putting alcohol and coffee, like you said, I
can't
mean,
wait.
they're kind of working against each other, which is kind of fucking funny. But
Yeah, like it's not even working against each other. It's that they're both going like at the same direction but going down. Like coffee might wake you up for a bit, but it's a natural depressant. Like it will lower how you feel, and alcohol is just a lowering version of that too. So you're really just fucking yourself.
well, but
I mean,
don't people drink coffee? Like if you're fucking like blasted in the morning, aren't you drinking coffee to come out of that blast?
actually,
Yeah, but then it
it's
brings you
better
way
to
back
put
up.
like a little tiny bit of alcohol into your hangover bevy, and that like wakes you up better. But it is usually coffee. The thing though is like, I mean, it was proven like in 2010 with the Four Locos when there was caffeine in it, that people were like, they weren't feeling the high of the alcohol, so they were getting alcohol poisoning, and they were behaving like they weren't drunk when they were. Well,
Jesus.
they were behaving drunk, but they couldn't tell, so they were like doing things that were more dangerous. And I did look it up. Four Locos alcohol percentage, depending on state, was between 8 and 14%, which is higher, granted, than Dunkin spiked, but still.
I have a question before we move on. This is more for Macy, but Edward, if you do this, chime in. Macy, do you read webtoons?
No.
Okay,
I do.
never mind.
I used to read webtoons at least.
There's this amazing series that I've been reading that once I catch up, I'm just gonna cry. Like it's so fucking good. Anyway,
That's so tough. Don't give them a shout out. Also, viewers, we don't condone alcoholism. Like, don't do
I
that.
mean, it depends if you're 21 and up.
No,
No, that
don't.
was my point of bringing it up, is like I feel like everything's just leaning towards alcohol now, and the regulations are getting so low. Like, I mean, I didn't even realize, like you said, all of the sodas are coming out with alcohol now. Like, what the fuck is that about? I'm sorry. I don't get it.
People
That's
really
just-
have ideas.
Because you're a prude. Well, no, people love alcohol.
I guess I am a prude. I don't know, but that's my view on it.
I mean, haven't you guys been starting to drink alcohol?
More wine. Like we got wine.
it's alcohol.
Well, obviously, yeah, but you know, it's classy.
There we go. There
We're
we go.
sitting here. Oh my god, it's 3%. We're like so bad.
I mean, we did get like some wine coolers as well. I know.
Beer's like the chaser for alcohol. Like it's
No, I know some of my friends at school are like, you have to come out and do shots with us. We got so fucked up. And I'm like, why would
no,
you
no.
want to do that? I just don't understand. Like, you go
Not
out
in
in
school, I didn't
public
either.
and you want to drink and lose your inhibitions in public. Like, why would you put yourself through that? I just don't understand the appeal, I guess. But it's because I've never done it.
next week.
There you go, David. I just want to say the word of the day is moderation. So if you're gonna alcohol, you're gonna fucking moderate. David, shut the fuck up. We gotta say it anyways. We gotta say it anyways in case, you know, someone says, "Hey, I listened to the Med podcast and got fucked up."
Underage drinking. We are all over 21.
David does. Anyways,
Try to sue us. We'll sue you first.
there you go. We know how to dox people. We'll dox your
There we
fucking
go.
ass. We know who's listening. We'll find your address. We'll find your social security number. That's it.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Fuck you, bro.
right.
Him on blast. Jesus Christ.
Next
Okay.
topic.
All right. But yeah, are we done with this topic, David? You didn't send that fucking Instagram meme you sent me on the Discord.
You said you were gonna post it. What?
No, I said you post it.
That's
Fuck.
bad.
I'm busy facilitating this podcast.
What? Busy what? Speaking? So am I.
Editing to do. Just
Yeah,
Is he editing now?
Yeah, you better believe I am.
He
Fuck
has
outta
the
here.
link. He could just do it himself.
And you could do it as well, bitch. Fuck you. Anyways, all right. If we're done with this topic, then the last one that we have is going to be looks maxing again.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, so first I want to apologize because I was, you know, the information that we had last meeting, I guess I want to say last meeting, but really just 2 days ago, was very basic. It wasn't really deep dive. I didn't delve into the fucking like story, but I did a little bit more research on it, and I think it was just at the time. But apparently, he wasn't. Which we're talking about Dylan Latham. Shout out to Dylan.
Bro, shut up.
Let's give a quick shout out to David as well. David, quick shout out to you, buddy.
I
But
don't give a fuck. Bro,
Shut-
stop shouting people out for no reason.
I'm not shouting them out for no reason.
We ain't sponsored.
Well, shout out to TikTok. It's the last one, Macy. I'm pretty sure. There's like a bunch of them. But anyways, so the main reason he was getting canceled, it wasn't for the video that I shared last time. That actual video has since been deleted, but it was him basically coming out and saying that he leaked all the information that was part of this looks maxing community, which they do have a website. And for the sake of all of our lives, I'm not going to fucking leak the website, because Lord knows last thing I need is to get doxed my damn self. But pretty much that website, it just redirects you to like a forum, pretty much. Like there's always forums for something, but this in particular leads you back to a forum where people give, I want to say, tips and tricks, quote unquote, for how you can maximize your looks, or maximize as efficiently as possible for you to look better. Now, the methods that they use, at least at the day that I looked at it, was very unorthodox. Like it was very fucking weird. Like they go as far, you know, I'm not going to say it specifically, but they go as far with some of these things just to look good. And in my head, I guess as I was looking at that, it just made me feel like weird inside. I don't know about, like, obviously we know that there's a standard nowadays. There's a way you have to look, you know, as cringy as it sounds in society, to feel confident or feel like you're accepted by those around you. And there's a whole, you know, front of people saying you don't really have to give a shit what you look like because you're beautiful on the inside and outside, which is debatable for some people. Which is debatable for some people. Obviously, if your insides look disgusting, you could be the prettiest fucking person on this world, still look like a bitch. But he was getting canceled for basically leaking, and I say that everything, as in everything that they have on that site, to his viewers, and that's the reason they doxed him. They doxed him, they ruined his fucking life. They sent, again, private images and private photos to his fucking parents. I mean, they probably ruined their lives too, ruined his relationships, his status, all this shit. I mean, he's even made a video saying he's no longer gonna fucking post about that community or communicate with the community in general because he's pretty much scared for his life. And that shit is fucking crazy sometimes to think about. That, I mean, if somebody just doesn't like your opinion or you overshare, you know, your entire life could basically just be fucking ruined.
Yeah, because people are soft and scared, bro.
I just want to say again, this guy's name Optinks. He lives at 112. Yes, his channel will be in the description below. David, stop sending me fucking memes, bro. Guy swears.
Man's yawning like we're not recording a top tier podcast right now.
Literally.
Yeah.
He just spoke about his topic and he just fucking autopilot the rest of it.
Okay, my lord.
Don't give a shit about the
Going.
rest, bro.
I'm here now. Let's go do the podcast.
There you go, buddy. So, David, since you're self-claimed to be the most handsome out of all of us, what do you think about that?
My self-esteem is an all-time low.
Buddy, please. You always sending me shirtless pics and shit. Macy, sorry if I left this way. This is weird.
Homie got the Rizzard profile picture, bro. You given the like.
No, that profile picture's top.
There we go,
bro. You look like Miles when he was trying to awkwardly say hey to Gwen.
I'm the Grizzly Bear. I look like Uncle Aaron.
This guy swears. All right, Grizzly Bear, since you're such a fucking wizard, why don't you give us your opinion about having to look a certain way?
I mean, it's true. I'm sorry, but it's true.
It's true.
Like,
it is.
Like, handsome people, like beautiful people, get everything they want. Ugly people have to work for it. Like if you want to change it, then cry. It's true. Like there's, I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like audience listeners, like if you're attractive, you have it easier in life.
What I think is like so crazy, and I don't know if this is like an unnecessary take, but I feel like this looks maxing community and like the way that I guess the directions that they take with like their advice and tips and tricks, and then like the reaction they had, it gives off like dark web shit. You know what I mean? Like he just like blew like a operation on the dark web or kind of thing that it went so crazy. And it's like, are we really going to those extremes and like making all of this fucking chaos and drama over trying to like look slimmer or something? I don't know.
Well, I don't want to compare it to the dark web because, you know, on the forum it's just a bunch of fucking nerds and people who want to look good giving advice to each other. I mean, you could literally search up a tutorial on YouTube on how to dox somebody, which we don't condone that either, by the way, viewers. If you decide to dox someone, that's completely on you. You could probably be arrested for that. But, you know, in the dark web, you can hire, let's just say, certain services if you want to delete someone from existence. Like, you can't do that on a forum. Sorry. You can't do that on a forum. Well, it depends on the forum, I guess. I mean, dark web stuff can be considered forums as well. But, you know, the forums that we're looking at on the regular web, you can't do that.
Like Reddit.
Yeah, fuck Reddit. And fuck Twitter, X. Fuck X videos.
We're about to leave this call.
Let's give a quick shout out to X videos.
What? I didn't hear what you said until just now.
Twitter. Yeah, no,
X. Oh, X. I thought you meant X is the porn site. Oh,
David,
that was a joke.
What?
I don't think he meant that. That's the thing.
Yeah, didn't I? Headass. God is us, bro. Honestly, God doesn't know where the fuck this guy is right now.
Whole ass right.
Nope, every single time we talk about Twitter.
Anyway, I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Just want to say as well, since David's considering what he has to fucking talk about. I did talk to somebody today while I was at work, and they mentioned X. Just want to give a quick shout out to that person. I don't remember your name, but quick shout out to you, buddy.
You mean XXX or?
Yeah.
The rapper?
Yeah.
One that died?
And what were you thinking about?
I don't fucking know. Dead ass dude. Anyway. Fucking yeah. I mean, there's more of a topic I want to get into. Depends on how like mad people are gonna get. About like what's maxing.
No religion and no politics.
No, of course it's not. It's about women, but you know.
I mean, if it's pertaining to the looks topping or you know feeling a certain way to conform to society, then sure, share it. But don't say some dumb shit like women are beneath me just because I look beautiful and like fuck out of here.
No, absolutely not.
Not yet. Not yet. You mean not yet?
No, because when you were saying the whole thing about like, or what I said, that if you're more attractive, it's easier in life, and I have actual evidence about that. Where two friends that I have, or at least one of them, no, they both did. One more often than the other. Used men back in high school to get what they wanted, because they were female. Like you know, kids were horny back in the day. And,
I know this person.
You would.
Well, there were a lot of girls when we were in high school and middle school that were like that. Yeah, be real.
Nah, yeah, I'm just referencing like at least one of the friends I have now.
So you're still friends with them, with this pretty much shitty person?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
There you go.
I haven't really like I've talked to them like personally. Like I've pulled them aside and I'm like, back in the day, how could you do this? Like it's like a shitty thing to do, like using someone for like to get you food or to do something else and then like kind of like ghosting them. Like there's this one dude, will remain nameless, pisses me off because he's everyone knows he has a crush on this certain friend of ours, and it's super obvious, and he's just getting strung on and just there, and I'm just like, what a sorry sucker, bro.
Are we talking about the chip?
The what?
I'm not trying to say names, but the chip.
Pringle? No.
This guy immediately. Oh, you mean Aaron Davis? Yeah, bro. What the fuck? I mean, shit. Pringle was in that situation probably a year ago at us.
Not exactly.
It wasn't exactly like word for word, but he was in a similar situation.
No, it's.
Hey, I said a year ago. Don't think about Don't think about last week. No, I'm not saying this was recent.
I'm thinking about the same relationship you're thinking about. It's just that they weren't.
Are you sure? You sure?
Yes, I'm. You want to put her name on blast?
I mean, buddy, if you want to give her whole government name, her phone number, her Addy, put all that shit. We'll put it in the description. Actually, viewers, we'll put it in the description for all you guys.
If you want to dox,
if you want to dox somebody and show up to their shit, this person is definitely the one.
But yeah, I was saying that like not to be sexist, it's 100% true though. Women tend to have a easier grasp on people than men do. Women get things for free a lot more than men do. Do women have it harder in life? Yes, because they have to compete harder against jobs that have men in it. They have to go through periods and birth. Like, fuck is that shit? A human being coming out of another human being. Crazy. And the period cramps. Definitely not pleasant.
Don't forget to remind them of the dick cramps. We get that too. We just never said it. And I just want to say, David, as well, that like, to some degree, women always get what they want, but you have to remember it's those fucking men that fall for shit like that give them those stuff as well. Like they willingly do it. Are you telling me like grown ass men don't know better, buddy? Come on now.
They don't. They're either too horny or they're not.
Well, that's their fault.
Can't blame biology for being stupid.
Dead ass. Like once you think with your lower head, that's it.
But it's still your fault if you're thinking with your fucking dick rather than logic about a girl who's stringing you up along. It's your fault.
So then, whose fault is it? Is it the person who saves someone off the street from being homeless, or is it the homeless guy that kills the person and takes their belongings at the house? Whose fault is it really?
Dog, that was the most convoluted example you could have ever used.
Yeah, that was like something. There's no comparison.
Someone.
But there's no comparison there. You're talking about someone killing somebody because they offered a generous or offered a hand. I mean, you're talking about a girl stringing a guy along, which he's allowing, by the way. If you choose to help somebody out of the goodness of your heart and you get fucking murdered by them, it's not your fault. Like, you're just a genuinely nice person, but somebody who's thinking with their fucking dick doing services for a girl doesn't like them.
That nice, and he's just getting strung along, and he's like, oh, one day it'll happen. Like,
well, what do you want me to say about, like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have been a nice guy, the fuck?
See, the difference is, like, one day it'll happen is saying that there's some kind of expectancy. Like, you're looking to get something out of it. Are you looking to get something out of, like, trying to help a homeless person? Maybe some pride, but you're not trying to get, like, sex out of that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are, and then it's a different situation.
Well, if you're doing that, then you're not really generous, are you? But, David, I mean, we both know, like, being horny... Like, I'm just going to say it straight out. Being horny is probably one of the most powerful feelings. Like, it persuades people to do very suspicious things. You know, we're not going to say it for the podcast. We are, a PG podcast, but being horny or having those hormones makes you do very, very weird fucking things. If that shit's leading you on, you have to have, I don't even know the word. I'm not going to say discipline, but intuition or some shit like that. You need to have something. Like, your logic needs to tell you that this situation that you're in isn't worth it, or that it's not leading you anywhere. I mean, I'm not going to name drop anybody, but exes in the past. I mean, shit, David, I'm pretty sure you've also had an ex in the past where you were in that same exact situation. I mean, look at you now. You're not exactly together with that person anymore, are you? There was a point where you decided, damn, I'm worth more than this, so this person isn't fucking worth it anymore. I mean, you came to that realization. It wasn't sooner than later, or, It was rather later than sooner. Like, out of here.
I mean, yeah, like it depends. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, it's not just girls that string boys along, like, all the time. I know, like, obviously there is, a percentage, and the ratio may be, like, higher on one side, but it is totally not just a like girls thing. I mean, I have a good friend that she's been going through something very similar. There's this guy that he acts like all religious-y and stuff, and then like in the middle of the night he's like showing her his dick, and then like he refuses to be in a relationship, but he keeps doing all this horny stuff, and she's horny too, you know? So like she's being strung along because he's like doing that, and then it's not a one-sided thing is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, we're just saying it because we're men, so we are speaking from experience.
You're saying that it's easier for men to get string along. I think that's the difference there. It's like it's easier for a woman to lead a man along than it is for a man to lead a woman. Because
because it has been proven that when it comes to, I guess, sexual emotion, raw just horniness, women control it easier than men can. Like it takes women a lot like longer and a harder time most of the time, not always, to get in the mood. Meanwhile, men, you say one thing, boom.
It also just, like you guys said earlier, like it comes down to discipline too. You know, you can't let horniness control you and control your actions and control how you're spending your money on women or on men.
Yeah. I remember there was like this scam going on Tinder where girls would be like, oh, I don't have like a car, can you give me money for an Uber to come over and then we can like do stuff. The first time I got that, someone was like, oh, I don't have money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, no, you can go fuck yourself. Like I'm not paying for pussy. Like that's sad.
There you go. At that point, it's what prostitution is. Which, you know, sex workers, we obviously shout out to sex workers doing what you do.
Oh no, never mind.
Prostitution, no. It's
like, oh no, like you're doing the shout out thing again.
No, because I thought there was something, but me and a couple of friends were actually having a debate about sex workers, about whether it should be legal or not, because porn's legal. But then we had this whole debate about how, like, you know,
well, there'd be more of an argument if you're comparing like prostitution to OnlyFans, because they're both like paid services.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is because the reason why porn is legal is because it's an entity. It's you're not buying the person, you're buying the rights to the video. That's the conclusion that all five of us came to. So that's why porn is legal compared to prostitution, where prostitution you are paying for the body, not for the video or not for the entertainment, or I guess entertainment technically, but here. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, we're not going to dive too much because that's not a topic that we brought up. If that's something that you want to bring up next week, then obviously you're more than welcome to do that. But
I'll be bringing one of my exes.
There you go. Alrighty. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say on looks maxing. I know we kind of delved off the topic a little bit, but you know, it was still pertaining to some degree about, you know, there obviously looks maxing can apply to women and men as well. I mean, I'm not gonna say models. I think models have like their own, like, I don't even know, like their facial routine, their body routine, a lot of different standards that they like conform to comply. I mean, maybe, you know, looks maxing is a thing within the model community, but I just, in my own opinion, I don't really give a shit enough about it to actually dive deeper into it. But that's pretty much just all I want to say. I just wanted to correct myself from 2 days ago, because there is more shit that Dylan was canceled on. It wasn't just giving basic tips, which, you know, basic tips are, they are in the actual form as well. Stuff like drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, shit like that. But what he did was completely different, which the video that I linked was pretty much just the only video that was popping up because the original one got deleted.
Still think it's totally goofy that they throw a fit over it when it's like tips are literally everywhere. I've get like 10 or 20 beauty tips on TikTok every day, so it's goofy. I don't know.
Well, it's a public forum as well. That's what's even more funny, is that it's anybody with the link could just search it up and go on themselves.
Yeah, that was my initial, like, that's why I was like, they're treating it like it's super private and like hard to get to, when it's like it's on the internet, it's public. Sorry, go ahead, David.
I said that it was I said last, like, the We're Back episode, that realistically it made no sense to dock someone based off of like what they were saying. Like, as I said, they were doing something else, they were saying something in the background, they were lying, which, you know, because someone who is going into the criminal justice world, going to be a lawyer, you see a lot of stuff, hear a lot of stuff, and you see how the law works. That's why I brought up like maybe like it was legally restricting that he couldn't say, he wasn't supposed to say it, like as you brought up the NDA, which is totally possible. There had to have been something. If I were to have said, "Oh, guys, drink water," and then someone comes to murder me because of it, that makes no fucking sense. Like I had to have been like, "Oh, guys, if you drink water, you're a fucking virgin." Like no.
I mean, still, it's not like a password protected domain, you know? Like they could have done it like that if they really wanted to. You know what I mean?
I mean, the same could be said for like chefs' recipes. Like most of them don't like post the recipes online, but people like eat them so much that they learn from it and they post them online, and chefs get annoyed.
Well, but chef recipes will never, exactly be the same. If somebody were to just test it, use their own palate to determine like what the ingredients are, it's never going to be like a spot on like rendition.
And also, are chefs doxing those people?
No, of course they're actually mature in the brain and they aren't complete idiots. At least like some of them. There are some idiotic chefs out there.
I mean,
not G Rams.
Shout out to Chef Ramsay for being a good
not
one.
G Rams.
Let's give a quick shout out to Gordon Ramsay for holding it down. But that pretty much
starring on our video way back when.
We actually didn't guest star him. I hope he doesn't sue us because we definitely didn't have him on the podcast or any video.
You definitely didn't want to say that, Macy.
Yeah, I know.
Not
like,
on the
bro.
podcast. What?
No, but you brought up his name that we put him in a video without his knowledge in a previous. Well, I'm just gonna stop there. Actually, let me just stop there. David did the same thing as well, but I'm gonna stop right there. Anyways,
I promise. Gordon Ramsay.
Yo, who just snitched? My dog. Anyways, so that brings up, because I was gonna say that brings up the whole argument about, because David said idiotic, like chefs aren't idiotic to be doxing people. Are you saying that the only people like participating in that look maxing community are not like pretty much just idiots, premature idiots?
I think everybody's an idiot. I don't think anybody's really smart.
Except the chefs.
Good answer. Don't answer. Keep it general.
I think everyone is just absolutely retarded in their own aspect. There comes a time where even the smartest person will act stupid. Like when they're thinking with the wrong head, for example. Boom, that's where we can end there.
But he said that's where we're going to end there. Fuck out of here. Yeah, pretty much what David said. But that's all I had to say on the topic. Macy, did you have anything?
No, I'm good. I'm hungry.
Okay, so audience, we're going to take a 5-minute intermission. Now, usually this is delegated for us to do, anything if we want to play a game or something, but we're all fucking hungry. So I'm just going to put on like music for 5 minutes. Now I'm hoping that my fucking hosts will also put a 5-minute timer for them to come back. Cause Lord knows Davis is probably going to go fucking like to McDonald's or something, get some food.
I already got food.
Bitch, I don't know. I don't know. Shit.
I just told you where I was.
Where were you actually? Tell me the address.
Shout out to the unknown pizza place so we aren't doxing him.
Oh yeah, shout out to Pizza. All right, we're gonna take a 5-minute intermission now. The music's gonna start playing. David, make sure you set a timer for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna walk by you.
Bitch, set a timer for 5 minutes.
I got it. 5:27 is where my video is. So.
All right, all right. We'll be back, everybody.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Y'all better get back on. What it is. I'm pretty much done. I mean, I don't got anything else to say.
Well, no, I'll wait for Macy to come back. But remember, the whole reason of this, after the whole intermission, is just if you want to share anything else, anything off your mind.
I gotta take a shit. That's what it is.
There you go. Remember, we keep this channel PG.
Okay, take a shit is PG. Hello?
Naturally.
It is natural, exactly.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Naturally.
I'm back too. I wanted to wash my hands.
Okay, well, with everyone being back, pretty much what I just said, the last couple minutes of the podcast is really just if you want to share anything. It doesn't have to be personal, but I guess anything that you would like to share if something's going on with your life that's bothering you. I guess I'll start first. I just want to say work sucks. I absolutely hate it. I think being like I guess I'm not the youngest anymore, but being the youngest that's put in a position where I have to, lead people that are older than me, that I don't know why it's scary to me, because it's one of those things where older people should have more knowledge than me, but it doesn't really feel like it, and sometimes it just makes me feel isolated, which sucks. But that's all I wanted to share. I hate work. I'll always hate work, and hopefully I'll get to a position where I don't have to work anymore, and I guess like financially free. But I know that takes a lot of work anyways, so.
Okay.
I'm in on that. I hope you do too.
Or it's just so you can leech off of me.
Yes.
Did any of you want to share anything?
I'll share. Oh no, you go first. Go ahead.
I was actually about to pull something out of my ass. If you got something, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to share that university politics also sucks. I don't know, just like feel like during my undergraduate, I didn't see a lot of it, but I also went to a slightly smaller college. And now that I go to a slightly larger university, and I guess because I'm in grad school, I'm like more seeing it, but there's so much like bias and like favoritism, and you know, certain students and professors alike are getting like absolutely McFucking screwed just because certain people like don't like them, or they're associated with people that aren't liked. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and we should just be like focusing on spending our money on having a functional building that doesn't have its AC broken every other day when we have multi-million-dollar equipment that's temperature sensitive. And also, you know, like actually just focus on doing research and just like get along. But, you know, I could make a whole podcast about that myself. It's just really pissing me off, and I feel very helpless going into my school, and it just makes me not want to be there, because I just am faced constantly with like, I want to avoid this person because I feel like there's a lot of drama and it's affecting myself and my advisors and my friends, and it's just fucked. So that's my piece. Fuck people who fuck people over. Thank you.
Let's give a quick shout out to people who do that.
Fucking A, bro.
All right, David, you're the last one. Anything else or anything that you'd like to share?
Gotta take a shit.
I know you're not a very personal person, but we're all here. We're all a family, dude.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. What do I gotta share? Started university in a bit.
There you go.
I lost, almost 20 pounds now? And
What are you at now?
I don't fucking know. I think like 2... Ooh, holy shit. 3...
There you go, 220.
23?
Good for you, man.
Yes, sir. That's really it.
All right, well, I guess with that being the final message, we're pretty much done for today. By the time this goes up, it will be Sunday. But the next episode, just as like a reminder, we'll be releasing this on a weekly basis. If anything impacts that schedule, I'm sure I'll let you guys know in the community posts. But this has been the Mad Podcast. I'm your host. Yes.
1 second.
Well,
Because this might be good for the audience. Tyler was asking if you're uploading this on Spotify, like the last and this current episode.
so I don't really have an intent to go on Spotify again just yet. Those services, you know, they cost money. And that's not something I really have right now. But if I do upload them somewhere, it'll probably be on SoundCloud where it's free. Or, you know, in case there is a way to upload on Spotify for free, I'll do that. But why did he listen to our last one?
He's waiting to listen to it on his road trip. He's driving back up to Gainesville.
Oh, quick shout out to Tyler.
On the way there.
There you go. Well, hopefully he listens to this one. Because this one we had a lot of actual topics to talk about. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you all again for joining us. We'll see you next week. I'm your host, Edward, and with David and Macy. Goodbye.
Adios.
Be sure to tell someone you love them.